Hi guys, what was this? What was this? What was it?
Spirit fingers.
These are not spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers. And these are gold.
Strong start.
Hi. Welcome back. This is episode 4. And I have once again, because she can't get enough, Abigail Hill.
Hi.
So today I downloaded NGL. I don't know what the kids are calling it. Is it NGL? I'm not going to lie, or what is it? I don't know. Anyway,
You're asking me if I'm down with the kids.
a little app that I saw Patty using, and I was like, that looks ideal for what I need. And we asked you to ask us things, and you have. So we're going to have a chit chat, intermingled with a Q&A, and
Yes.
we'll probably yap quite a lot actually, and see what happens.
Absolutely.
And we are fueled by Iron Brew and Mariana's. Cheers.
Cheers.
Since we last spoke, is there anything that you would like to discuss in particular?
I think the reaction overall has been really positive to this campaign. I think it's been really heartening to see people get involved, and I love that you're continuing with it. I think it's a really important conversation that needs to be had, and I think if it helps even one person feel comfortable coming out or embracing who they are, then fantastic. Mission accomplished.
Thanks. But
Yeah.
I didn't realise, that was a whole year ago we started this.
Yeah, well, it's more than a year now, if you think about
That's
it. We recorded
wild.
that in July last year.
That's mental.
Because I'd just come back off my holiday, so I was...
Yeah, it was the weekender.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Wild. Yeah.
How tense that is.
Yeah, I'd have to say, I think it's helped me feel more comfortable talking openly. Like, obviously, I've identified as bi for years, but I feel like it's, because I'm quite a private person, it's not something I talk about an awful lot. But I think it's given me the confidence to talk about it more and just kind of embrace it and own it a bit more and not just kind of keep it to myself.
I didn't realise when I started it how much of a sort of, I hate the word journey.
Yeah.
Thesaurus for journey. How much it would sort of help me settle into it more as well. Like, even in myself, I thought, like, put it on the internet and got other people involved, and that was a sort of end of it, but it so was not.
No. It's so
was not. So it's
almost cathartic in a way, I think. Yeah, knowing that you are comfortable embracing that about yourself and that hopefully we're helping other people do the same.
Yeah, definitely. Makes me happy.
So let's see what people have been asking then.
So we have got quite a few questions. Apologies for the stupid voices in advance. Pick a number from...
Firstly, big thank you to everybody who's sent questions in.
Absolutely, yes.
We love reading them.
If anyone wants to ask anything as well, off the back of this, please do. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1 and 11.
Number 8.
Number 8. Have you ever experienced bi erasure personally, and if so, how did you handle it?
I don't think I ever have personally. It's something I see quite a bit in the media, just because there's always an assumption that somebody in a straight relationship is straight, or somebody in a straight passing relationship is straight, and somebody in a same-sex relationship has just suddenly become gay, even if they've got a sort of history of dating people who are of different genders. But it's not something I've ever experienced personally, partly because I've just been single for all these a million and 1 years.
Exactly the same. When I saw that one come in, I was like, no.
But yeah, seeing how the media portrays couples and the language used to describe people who maybe used to date live in heterosexual relationships and then go on to date people of the same gender or vice versa. Like seeing how the media's reacted to, say, Jojo and Chris from Celebrity Big Brother, or people who've come out of marriages and gone into same-sex relationships. It's difficult to write about people's romantic lives without knowing their sexualities to use the right language, but I feel like there's so much more vocabulary than there used to be that could leave things open to interpretation.
There's not much effort made.
It's very... At times it's very basic, and it feels like people just instantly jump to either straight or gay, and then there is that great big chasm where bisexuality and everything else lives.
No, I've never experienced it personally either. I don't think.
At least not that I've been aware of. I think sometimes sort of in casual conversation, I think there's been maybe casual bi erasure where people don't realise that they're doing it.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the time it's been sort of not fully understanding it and trying to be curious, but maybe just fumbling the words a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I don't find that too. I don't find that offensive. Yeah.
When there's no malice behind it.
Exactly. Like if people are well-meaning but just clumsy with the vocabulary, then that's it's a learning curve for everybody. It's a learning curve for us half the time as well because the vocabulary is always evolving.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So no, it's not something I've consciously sort of been aware of experiencing, but obviously we know it does happen, and there is room to sort of improve by visibility in certain areas like the media, and just sort of socially with like conversations with friends and things.
Yeah. Pick another number.
3 is the magic number.
Florence Pure, Harry Styles.
In the spirit of bisexuality, why not both? No. As much as like he's an objectively good-looking person, but Harry Styles is not my type.
He's a lovely wee boy.
Yeah, that is the problem.
That's the problem.
So yeah, of the two of them, it would be Florence Pugh.
Yeah. How old he is. Florence Pugh.
I think he's about our age, to be fair, but because I remember him as a child on the X Factor.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
No.
But he does still serve though.
He does.
He does serve.
He really does.
Yeah. But bakery or boy band, he serves.
No. Not for me though.
No.
Not for me.
Florence all day.
Yes. 100%. Can do no wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If we're picking like the ideal on both sides though, see the Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield combination.
Yes.
From
perfection.
The gods.
Yes. Perfection. No notes.
No notes.
I think it's your turn to pick one.
Okay. You get them on your phone then.
Okay.
Number 9.
9.
We saved these in a random order, so we have no idea.
Was there a specific moment in your life that you realised you were not straight?
Not like a specific, but a period of time.
Yeah.
And it really annoys me because now I think about stuff from years ago and I'm like, how?
How did you not know? Yeah.
I was obsessed with gladiators when I was younger.
As in the 90s TV show? Slay.
Yes. Xena.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah. Tomb Raider for me as well. The video game.
See, I don't think I ever saw it though.
Yeah, the Angelina Jolie film and the video game.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I did actually have, now that you say that, because Lucozade sponsored Tomb Raider, and I remember, okay.
Yeah.
So I remember had these little crop tops out of Tammy Girl.
Yeah.
I got a gel pen and I attacked the teal crop top that I had with a makeshift Lucozade logo because I wanted to be Lara Croft. Wanted to be
fair enough. Yep.
Or so maybe that too. Unsure.
Yeah.
But no, the period of time that I realised was not long after I got the keys for here actually, and I was spending a lot more time by myself, sitting with my own thoughts and my own music, and just sitting painting away by myself. Like, some things. I've got things to think about.
Yeah.
And it was because I think, and I'm not saying that because people will be like, you can't turn gay or you can't turn bi by being around other people that are. Like, you can't. But I was at that point around other people who were. And it just made me think about what I was thinking and feeling about certain things. And I was like, okay, but if that's how you feel about that, but it's not how she feels about that, and she wouldn't look at any female ever, then maybe there's more to this. I would say it probably was about a solid 9 months to a year of actually being like, maybe. Okay, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think, sort of going back to what you were saying about sort of being around people who are openly queer, LGBTQ, I think it doesn't turn you as such, because I feel like it is something that is so deeply ingrained in you and it's something you're born with. But I think being around people who are comfortably out, I think it almost encourages you. It helps you.
It allows you the space.
Yeah, it almost opens the closet door.
Yeah. shove the key under.
Exactly.
That's how I would say it allowed me the space to actually like have conversations, and like it would get to the point where did you ever end up on chopping wood TikTok?
With the objectively very handsome gentleman chopping wood with it
on a jetty.
No, I don't think I've ever ended up there. I've ended up on some weird TikToks.
So there was a Canadian guy, there's a guy on a jetty, and then there was a couple of girls as well.
Oh, okay.
And me and my pal would just send them to each other, be like, "You're welcome.
Yeah. You're welcome." I don't think I've made it to that corner of TikTok. Yeah.
I was chronically online. But then it was also, I think, at the same time, I had friends who didn't know sending me like the boys in grey joggies. Yeah. And I was like, what?
It's not my cup of tea at all either, to be fair.
And being able to talk about it as well with people that understood.
People that get it.
People that got it.
Yeah. Being able to talk to somebody who gets it is such an important thing.
Have you ever seen and it's about therapy.
Okay.
But have you ever seen it's like an infographic, and it's like a head with just a big tangle of like, it looks like coloured string, all different coloured strings. And it's like, what therapy does is put it into colour coordinated balls of string.
Exactly, yeah.
That's what it felt like having friends who got it to talk to.
Somebody who understood. Yeah.
And it straightens it out in your head, and you're like, okay. So, sorry, yes, we're going back to the question. Yes, there was a period of time, and it was about 3 years ago. 4 years ago. 2021. Yeah. 4 years ago.
Yeah.
What about you? How was 2021 4 years ago? How was 4 years ago?
Bit of a year.
Still after COVID.
I know. It was a bit of a year for me, to be fair. No, I'd always had a feeling that I wasn't straight. As soon as I kind of realised what sort of relationships and marriage and things were, I always kind of had a feeling that like maybe that isn't for me, but I didn't fully understand it, because I think we had this conversation last year. I don't think I met another out queer person until I was about 10 or 11 years old, because I grew up in a pretty rural environment. Yeah. So I didn't get to see any sort of examples of like queer representation till I was a fair bit older, or on like TV, which, as we all know, is not always the most accurate representation. So I always had a feeling, but I couldn't put it into words until I was well into my teens, and even then it took me a long time to kind of process it, because you just sometimes you think, is it just a phase? And then you very quickly realize, no, it's not. I think I accepted it and claimed it in my early 20s, but I'd known for good 5-6 years before that. But it wasn't one specific thing that kind of made the penny drop. Yeah. It was just kind of like the sort of slow realization that, this is, who I am, and it's okay to be that. Yeah. So, because for the longest time I thought it was just gay or straight. Once I'd met a gay couple, it was very much, I thought it was one or the other. I thought like there was no in between, and there was no sort of spectrum, as it were. And once I realized that there was, in fact, bisexuality and sort of bi plus identity, that just made so much more sense for me. And it's early 20s.
But I don't know what would be almost easier. Yeah. Like, knowing that young, or I think realizing older, I've got the maturity to deal with it in a healthy way. Yeah. But I think I do feel like I'm kind of starting again. Yeah. Whereas knowing from like 15. Yeah. You're kind of.
But then at the same time, I feel like if 15-year-old me had come out of the closet as bisexual, I think it would have been a complete car crash, because I don't think I had the emotional maturity to deal with it at that point.
Yeah, but you're still understanding that there's other feelings there.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I knew there was something there. I knew, that there was, that I wasn't straight. That's the easiest way to describe it. I knew I wasn't straight. I was all, raised fairly religious. Was part of like church youth group and things like that, and it took a long time to unpack everything. So I'm glad I waited, but it was sort of teens for me that I realised. Okay.
Right. Next number.
I think I'll go number 1.
Number 1. Ooh! Which bisexual stereotype do you identify most with?
I don't really feel like there's one that kind of fits me universally, like across the board. I would say in terms of like the kind of bisexual person I am, I'm very much a femme. In the last couple of years, I've really got into women's football, so maybe I'm the sort of football watching queer. But no, I feel like there's quite a lot of stereotypes. Like I don't roll my jeans up because my jeans are all too short anyway. I'm tall. I can't help it.
The joys of being a supermodel.
Yeah, I don't really feel like there's, other than like perennially single. The running joke is that I'm bisexual, so I'm attracted to more than one gender, and I still can't get a text back. That's the joke. And you know what? I'm quite happy single.
It's shallow though, to be fair.
Yeah. So the pool is a puddle.
So not stereotype.
No, I'm not a stereotype.
No.
And I think it's nice that we can sort of accept that we are bisexual without these stereotypes. Because I do sometimes think, as much as stereotypes can be a fun like identifier, a fun little sort of community, I do think sometimes we're in danger of putting each other in boxes.
Yes.
And I'm not a big fan of being put in a box.
No.
So yeah, I like the flexibility of not being a stereotype.
So fair.
How about you? Any raging bi stereotypes?
I don't think so. Apart from the fact that I constantly sit on my feet.
Yeah.
Like I never sit in a chair normally. But I
used to be like that. Yeah, I used to be like that, and now my knees say no.
My knees also say no. My left knee in particular says hell no.
Yeah.
But still, it's the only.
Just run with it. Yeah.
The only other one was probably like the imposter syndrome, like never knowing if I actually am.
Yeah. Now that you mention that, that's something I very much felt when I was younger. I've claimed it now. Like obviously, I'm well aware that I'm bisexual, and that's probably never gonna change. But when I was younger, it was kind of like, oh my god, am I not? Is it a phase?
Like I would say, like, no, I definitely am. But then I wake up some days and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be one of those days.
Yeah,
it's gonna be one of those days where I question everything.
Yeah, and it does. Like there are things you'll see or experience things in your life that do make you question things, and it's all part of it, I guess. And I feel like anyone who says they've never had imposter syndrome is a liar.
A liar. Filthy liar.
Big, dirty liar.
Some people should have imposter syndrome when they don't. You either have imposter syndrome or delusion.
Yeah.
And I would like to swap. Right, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Is it your turn? What have we done? We've done 1,
3,
8, 9.
Yes.
11.
Yeah, I have a lot to say for this as well. Have recent events and the social media commentary around them in the US made you wary of being openly bisexual or LGBTQ in general?
It depends on the setting, I think, or the circumstance.
Yes.
Here, not really. Like,
yeah,
no. Given the fact that I am competing for a title whose international final is held in the US, yes. But the reason I'm still doing it is because I trust the Galaxy system, and I trust Maria that I feel like we have quite similar values.
I think Galaxy as a system seems very accepting, very supportive. Yes.
And I feel like I've got very similar outlook and values to their past queens as well. Yes. Which makes me trust it as a system, and I am confident in the fact that I am competing for the UK title of a system that I believe in, and not because of the fact that it's an American system. Yeah. It just happens to be held in the US. Yeah. And I don't feel like it would go against me in that particular system. There's a lot of systems that I do. And if I was a finalist right now, I would be seriously reconsidering my place in those systems. But I would say that that's probably the only part of my life at this moment in time that I'm a bit wary of. Would more than anything would be if I was to win UK. Yeah. It wouldn't necessarily be the reaction from a judging panel or the system itself, but from potentially other contestants. Or even getting into the country. Yes. I know that's something that has crossed my mind. I mean, I've said for a while that I've been very happily retired since I did Supernational. I've
always said like that was always going to be my last pageant. I had considered other systems, but for me personally right now, I just don't know that I'd feel comfortable going to the USA. Like, obviously, I know everyone's got a different sort of comfort zone. Mm-hmm. For me personally, because I've been quite outspoken for a while, politically as well as about sort of the queer community, it does sit heavy on me. Like, it is something that we shouldn't have to think about it, but we do.
Yeah.
And I think I still feel like I've got a sense of responsibility because, you know, I don't have the pressure of preparing for a competition while also having to deal with being LGBTQ in a time where it is increasingly hostile to be LGBTQ.
Yeah.
There does seem to be a massive amount of regression going on. So I think I almost feel like a sense of responsibility to keep up what I'm posting, keep up posting content and information and resources for people who maybe don't feel like they can speak up themselves but need that support.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like I'm in a good position to do that, knowing that, you know, I'm not competing for any titles that are going to not just to the US, to be fair, to any country where being LGBTQ is
so true.
Yeah. And I'd be lying if I said it didn't weigh heavily on my decision to retire. If the world was a slightly more sort of chill place at the moment, I feel like I'd be more comfortable coming out of retirement. But now we're going in the direction we're going in, apparently. I'm very much sort of staying in that retirement and just sort of seeing what I can do from the bystander sort of point of view. So yeah, it's sad that we have to be wary.
Yeah.
It's 2025. We shouldn't have to be worried about being led into a country.
It's literally going back. It is going so far backwards, but so quickly.
And it's a violent crunch back as well.
The speed at which they've hit reverse is terrifying.
Yeah. And I do think it's something that more directors could be considerate of.
Yeah.
I think we're very lucky in the UK that we've got such supportive directors for the most part. It's a shame that it's something that we have to consider, but at the same time, I feel like if anyone's equipped to handle something like this, it's going to be a pageant girl who can juggle 20 million plates.
This is probably going to be really controversial. But one of the benefits of, you know, identifying as bi, queer, pan, you can choose to omit what you want to admit.
Yeah.
Omit. Not admit. Omit. No one outside of that interview room in your immediate vicinity needs to know anything that you don't want them to know. Yeah.
It's almost a shame that
you can choose almost your level of safety.
Yeah. I think it was last year, there was figures came out that 40% of this world 40% of the world's population live in a country where there are some degree of punishments and laws against homosexuality. 40% of 7 billion people live where they could be punished. I just don't understand it.
40% is
a
huge percentage.
Yeah.
Actually doesn't bear thinking about.
Yeah. And especially when there's still a number of countries still putting the death penalty on the table as well.
I know.
Without
That's insane to me that that's still a thing.
Yeah. Sort of circling back to current events, I feel like, it's sad that we have to think in a way that sort of, do we need to hide certain facets of ourselves to protect ourselves in the big year of 2025? Why do we still need to do that?
Because people are evil. Next. I'm depressed now. Your turn.
I can't choose. Chuck a random one at me.
Chuck a random one. Right, we'll get rid of these ones, shall we? Oh!
Okay.
Do you think labels are a help or a hindrance to those questioning their sexuality?
For me personally, I found it helpful to kind of have something that I could cling to. I have a definition that I could sort of say, look, this is the camp I feel currently at. But I also think it's helpful to remember that labels can change. People do change their labels. People do change their how they identify, and that is okay. And people shouldn't be made to feel less than or less serious.
Yeah. Because
they do that. So yeah, I personally I like a label, but I can respect and understand people who don't go for labels and who just say, look, I'm fluid.
I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know the answer to that. I don't know how I feel about it.
I think when I first started reckoning with the idea of being bisexual, pansexuality hadn't really become a thing.
No.
And I think for people outside the community sort of trying to understand the difference between the two, or if there is even a difference, or like why people choose one over the other, I think can cause some confusion. And that is, argument against labels. I would still choose bi.
Same.
Because...
That was so aggressive. I'm sorry.
I think gender matters to me, but I'm obviously attracted to multiple genders.
Yeah.
But it's still something that I do consider one day. Like, it's not, I can't comfortably say I don't care. As long as somebody's comfortable how they identify their gender, then that's fine. It does still matter to me to a point that I don't feel comfortable identifying as pan. And I had this conversation with a friend of mine because I'd seen a TikTok where, like, it was somebody from Gen Z and they looked all...
From Gen Z, like it's a town. Where did you come from, Gen Z?
They looked about sort of 12 years old as well, and I was just like, I feel like a fossil. But they were saying on their TikTok that they believe that everybody who is part of like the bi plus community should identify as pan because it's more inclusive of trans and non-binary people. For me, I've never seen bi as non-inclusive.
No.
So I don't feel like I need to switch to pan just to be pro-trans. Like, I'm very pro-trans.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in trans rights. And I will fight a turf. So yeah, I've never felt like that bi excluded trans people, at least not for me. It does matter to a point. But I think someone else's security and their gender identity matters more than how they label it. Pansexuality just doesn't seem like the right fit for me.
I feel the same.
So I can kind of see where the confusion is, especially when you start, there's also like a small section of the community identifies as omnisexual. That's what I haven't really sort of fully looked into personally. Because I only discovered it not that long ago. Again, from a Gen Zer. I find myself in some weird corners of TikTok. I can understand for what people outside the community that labels that would appear to cover the same thing can be quite confusing. But at the same time, I think afford people the freedom to choose what fits them best and allow them the flexibility to move between labels if that's what they feel.
I think it depends on what context as well you're using labels in. Like, for an example, my mum and dad went to a classic car show. My dad's right into his classic cars. So all the car clubs have all got, like, they all have their wee gazebo and their cars are all parked around it. And they'll just sit and they'll all have a wee chat and it's a wee day out and it's fine. One of the car clubs was I don't know, I can't remember what it was called, but for argument's sake, it was West of Scotland LGBTQ plus classic car club. And my mum and dad's question was, why do they have to label it? Like, why do they have to have their own thing? Like, why can't they just... I'm like, because they probably tried to join West of Scotland Classic Car Club. Hypothetical, no offense if you're in the West of Scotland Classic Car Club.
They've probably tried to join geographically based,
or a specific model club or something like that. Like, my dad's in the Stag Club, Stag Owners Club. They've probably tried to find a space within another car club, and haven't felt comfortable. Or historically, people prior have tried to find a place within another car club and haven't felt comfortable. So they've formed their own. It's not the fact that they are sat there in a field being like, we're the gays. That's not the point.
Yeah, the cars aren't spewing glitter.
No, it's an inclusive space where if there is a young person there, maybe with their family, and they're like, oh, I like this, but it all seems very like testosterone fueled.
Yeah, very heterosexual.
Very like girl oil.
Yeah.
And I don't feel comfy.
Yeah.
That could help them be like, oh, there's a place for me here too.
Yeah. It's
not about plastering a label on something and calling dibs.
Yeah.
It's about having a place.
A safe place.
And being that safe place for other people as well.
Yeah.
And I think in that sense, they really are a help.
Yeah. Same with like specifically queer or trans friendly sports teams. I think giving people the opportunity to do something they still enjoy, and where they potentially wouldn't be able to, depending on the sport they played and the rules that sport has in place for trans athletes, that then gives them somewhere they can go and play the sport they love and find the community that they love in a place where they know they're not going to get abused for being trans or LGBTQ plus.
So a lot of the times it's about safety.
Yeah, it's quite literally a safe space.
Yeah.
And I think labels are important in that sense. But I think sort of personal labels are a very flexible, very fluid thing.
And personal.
They're just that. They exactly. Are personal. Yeah.
I quite like a wee label for myself, I think. Now I think finding a wee label that I align with and I feel comfortable with helped me figure out a lot of the whys of my maybe like growing up or stuff, because it's like, you know, you've got those like weird random core memories from when you were younger and you're like, why did that happen? What was that thought process like? I have thoughts that I remember from when I was younger, and it helped a lot that with that. So for me personally, I don't think it's been a hindrance to me, but I think my age had a lot to do with that as well. The fact that I was an old crone,
or as I so eloquently put it, a fossil.
A fossil. I now say that in Jen's voice. A fossil. I think I needed a little label. To help me on my way. Yes.
Speaking of help you on your way, do you feel that the concept of coming out is an outdated concept or not?
I didn't do it, so yeah. Why are we still having to do this? Like, for me, I think half the time as well, it's like, we know.
Yeah.
You have just done it. The last one to figure it out.
Yeah.
I like a good drip feed and be done with it.
Like, For me personally, I never really came out. Like, I never came out publicly.
No.
I just kind of.
I don't know why I knew. Still to this day, I can't figure out why I knew. I just knew.
Just gaydar.
Is that what it is?
I'm sure it's gaydar. But yeah, I felt like I didn't feel like I needed to.
Because I knew about you before I knew about me.
That's wild. I felt like it wouldn't be authentic for me to come out for a long publicly for a long time and like declare it and do like the big sort of almost like this sort of gender reveal but for sexuality, because
not about gender reveals. Anyway, continue.
I felt like, because again, it's something we touched on last year, because I'm so private about my private life generally, like I don't sort of like, very rarely things make it onto my social media. Like I very rarely launch anyone onto my probably because I'm permanently single. But even if I wasn't, like I feel like I wouldn't put it all over socials for a long time.
Hard launch at the engagement
party. Pretty much. So I felt like it would almost be disingenuous if I came out so publicly, but at the same time, like for years, I've never really denied it for years. So like my friends have known, my family knows. Like, I wouldn't say it's outdated because I feel like everybody's approach to it is different. I feel like if you want to come out, you should feel like you should be able to. If you don't feel like you can come out for whatever reason, it doesn't make you any less valid. Everybody's coming out journey is going to be different. And I feel like nobody is more or less valid depending on how they come out.
So I think off the back of that as well, I don't think coming out is outdated. I think the societal expectation of people having to do it is.
Agreed. You don't come out and go, ta-da, I'm straight. Like,
or maybe we just roll that one out. Just like everybody must confirm.
Especially in times like now where people are maybe discovering things about their family members' ideologies that they don't feel comfortable sharing. It's a very personal thing. I'm never gonna sort of say to someone, "Oh, you're really old-fashioned for coming out" or whatever.
No, absolutely
but at the same time, for me personally, it didn't really fit to do like a big hard launch. So
fair.
Yeah. just casually drip feed. Although I think kind of coming on a podcast about bi visibility last year was kind of a hard launch because people have probably gone, oh, okay. Oh. But it's like,
I think launching a podcast about it was maybe.
I mean, yeah.
Sorry, Mum and Dad.
The hardest of hard launches. I mean, I basically just dropped it on my mum one day, like randomly out of the blue. She didn't seem that surprised.
Fair.
I honestly feel like at this point, with what you've just told me, I feel like I'm like the last person. Prior to that, I'd never really felt like I'd needed to. Like, I feel like I could have crossed that bridge
when you came to
it. When I came to it, like if I ever wanted to take a girlfriend home or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have quite comfortably crossed that bridge with my mum because we are very close.
See, me and my mum and dad are really, really close, but for whatever reason,
yeah. Do you think it's like a generational thing? Like certain things, they're not like it's not as easy to talk to about. Or do you think it's just
about, like, we're a very open family.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
To the point where we actually, when all four of us are together with my brother, it's like Cards Against Humanity, but just from our brains. It's really bad.
That's iconic. So yeah, that was the first time I played Cards Against Humanity. Was at a memorial service.
We played it at Christmas one year, and my nana, who is now 86, was about, I think, 83 at the time, won. I was horrified.
80-something years of
too much. That woman invented the tactical whitey, though. She would go to the Pally, Bolton Pally, to the ballroom dancing, and she would cane pints until she couldn't anymore. She would then go to the loo, force herself
tactical whitey,
and go back to the bar.
Slay.
And then she would go home with whichever boy had a car and could run her.
Slay.
My nana.
We like Nana Celia.
Nana Celia is a legend.
Yep. Where are we at question-wise?
I don't know. I've forgotten Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, I have to admit, like, that was about as nervous as I'd ever got, was having that conversation with my mum. Even though I knew she'd be okay, like, it's still, there's always, like, that tiny niggle of doubt in the back of your mind.
Yeah. And I think possibly it is maybe a generational thing because, like, there are things where, like, my mum and dad, for the most part of my life, have always been very liberal.
Yeah.
But there are little comments that probably are generational that you think you could have done without saying that.
Yeah.
Like Eurovision.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many gays in this. I'm like,
it's Eurovision. Who was your gay awakening? And whoever sent this in, Kim Possible is a very valid
solid
queer awakening. I didn't really have one specifically, but I had a bit of a memory jog last week. I was talking to one of the girls from pageants that I did Miss GB with, and she'd put something about the Mask of Zorro on her Instagram stories with Antonio Banderas and Catherine Zeta-Jones. And yeah, I think the penny dropped. For the longest time, I've always said, oh, it's never been anything specific. And then I kind of narrowed it down to like film choices of the late 90s, early noughties, but not a specific one. I do think Moulin Rouge was up there because I was obsessed with Moulin Rouge to the point where I think I must have been 11. And it got so severe that me, my brother, and my little cousin at Christmas put on our own version. My brother was Toulouse-Lautrec. Oh wow, okay.
I was obviously Satine.
Yeah.
Duh. And we put on our own version of Moulin Rouge in the living room because I was so obsessed.
Yeah.
An 11-year-old is watching over and over and over again.
Yeah. Subject matter, a lot of it kind of slid over my head. Visuals did not. And Baz Luhrmann did not miss.
Bring It On as well.
Oh.
I was obsessed with Bring It On.
That film, like...
Eliza Dushku.
Yeah. That film started something for me, and that was what got me interested in cheering. Here I am 20 years later, still cheering.
Doing spirit fingers on it. Wednesday night.
That film started something. I don't think that was it for me though, because I didn't find any of the boys attractive. Although maybe that was it. Maybe that.
Jan the cheerleading man.
Maybe that's the point.
No, actually, Cliff was alright.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then that is falling into the stereotype of like the skinny,
it's like the alternative,
boy,
which has never been my type
to
date. No, I like a sporty guy. For my sins and for.
I'll say this, do I? I don't know if I've got a solid type. See if you put all of my exes next to each other.
But no, the Mask of Zorro. I think it was, and I think specifically Catherine Zeta-Jones in that sword fighting scene.
Oh my god, it's just come to me. Fort Boyard.
Where has that even come from?
I don't know.
Like, what tiny brain cell has just kicked?
Melinda Messenger just smacked the back of my eyeballs. I don't know.
And
glorious. Xena.
Zorro, yeah.
Gladiators.
Yeah. We were blessed as 90s kids. Kids today don't know how. Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know.
Because as much as I'm enjoying the new run of Gladiators, it's just not the same.
It doesn't hit the same.
No, like the athleticism is incredible to watch, but I don't feel like it has the same pizzazz.
Health and safety in it.
Yeah. But actually, I feel like that leads really well into the penultimate question. Do you feel that you've been sexualized more frequently by people since coming out?
Not in general, no.
No.
By my most recent ex, yes.
Yeah, 100%. Like, my online dating profile, like my apps, were one of the first places I actually publicly acknowledged being bisexual. And the tone shift was instant in, like, the people that I matched with. The tone shift was wild. Like, it all of a sudden became 10 times harder to hold a conversation that actually
meant anything.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people still hold the assumption about bisexuality that we are not monogamous, which is not true. If people are ethically non-monogamous, that's fine, that's their call, but there are plenty of monogamous bisexuals out there. There's a lot of stereotypes still around bisexuality that I think makes it harder for people to not sexualize bisexuality, even if they don't intend to. There's a lot of sexualization still.
Yeah, I don't think in general I have, but that's probably because I don't bother putting myself out there at all. Like, I have a singular dating app on my phone. Do I use it? No.
Yeah. I think there's just so many options now.
No. And then Bumble, because the girl has to message first. I'm just like, well, firstly, I don't want to message any men. And secondly, who messages first if I match with another girl?
Exactly.
Because I sure as hell will not be doing it. So I've got them, but I don't look at them.
No.
I don't swipe.
I can't remember the last time I opened Tinder, to be honest.
I haven't had a conversation with anyone. I went on a Hinge date March 2024.
Yeah.
First and last. And I've not spoken to anyone since. So that's maybe why I don't feel like I get it as much personally.
Yeah.
Because I don't speak to anyone in order to do that.
Yeah. I think the last Tinder date I went on was with a really nice girl. I just gave up on the men. Completely and utterly gave up.
So valid.
But it was very much I hope she won't mind me saying it. We'd taken so long to arrange meeting up. And I feel like we got on really well, but I just couldn't get out of the friend zone. And I think very much put myself there. She's absolutely lovely, and she's now got a wonderful girlfriend, and she's really happy from what I can see. So I'm happy for her. But yeah, that was about the only positive date I've had from Tinder in the 1,000,001 years, and I feel like I've used it on and off. So yes, that leaves us with one question left.
Okay.
If you could give one piece of advice to someone questioning their sexuality, what would it be?
Go with it.
Yeah.
Keep going. This question's there for a reason.
I think for me, don't be afraid to question it. Don't be afraid of getting it wrong.
You can't get it wrong.
You can't get it wrong. It is, to go back to that cliche phrase, it is a journey. And you might take a wrong turn here or there. You might find things out that you didn't expect to find out about yourself. It's all part of the process. Trust the process, and listen to yourself ahead of everybody else. Like, it's for you. You've got to be happy with.
You've got a gut for a reason.
Exactly. Go with your gut.
Listen to it.
Yeah. Always go with your gut.
Circles back to the labels thing as well. It's like when you were saying that they can change. They can, because you can you were learning about yourself to get this far, and that doesn't stop. You just keep learning.
Yeah. Just go with the flow. Just don't be too hard on yourself. And if you've got the luxury, reach out to people who you know have been through the same thing.
I'm here.
Likewise. I feel like that was a good note to
end on, to wrap. We didn't yap too much.
We didn't
either.
Proud of us.
The odd tangent, but no yapathon.
Proud of us.
Look at us go. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
I think little sort of, I don't want to go on a soapbox, but
go on your soapbox.
I think at the moment, I think with everything going on in the world, I think if you are watching this as an ally, I think it's a really good time to be mindful about how, or sort of what you're sharing on your social media that can be seen by people you know are LGBTQ. Not just necessarily bisexual people, but anyone who identifies under that umbrella. Have a really, really long, hard think about what you're consuming on social media, what you're sharing. And if you know that somebody is in an environment where people are sharing things that are going to make them feel smaller or make them feel unsafe, please reach out to your queer friends. It's a weird time at the moment, and I think it's really important that we're all there for each other.
It's actually scary.
And I will step off my soapbox now.
For all of you who love a soapbox, stay on them.
Yeah. Embrace your soapbox.
And on that note, thank you for joining, and thank you.
You're very welcome.